Hello class, so today I decided to do my presentation on the significance and purpose of Menton's Lemon Festival. Okay class, now we're going to talk a little bit about a history about Menton. Menton is a small town in France. On the map you can see that it is found on the bottom right corner of France. Menton unfortunately has not always been known for having lemons with such a unique and sweet taste. There are many legends around the lemon trees in Menton. One of the biggest legends told revolved around the lemon tree. People say that Adam and Eve brought this golden fruit with them when they were expelled from the Garden of Eden. Already feeling terrified of what happened, Adam would beg Eve to get rid of the fruit. While she agreed to leave the fruit, it had to be under that condition that she could decide where she was going to leave it. And they traveled to many different places, but it was not until they came across the Bay of Garavant in Menton, where the climate and vegetation attracted them, causing Eve to bury the lemon in the ground of this town known as Menton. The festival, however, came about in the early 1900s, when tourist numbers were drastically decreasing, especially around the wintertime. The owner of the hotel Menton River came up with the idea to host the first flower and citrus fruit show in 1928. The city saw how it brought great attraction, specifically during the winter time when numbers were low, which is what caused them to take over this event for the upcoming years. Menton became a well-known and special place for this, even due to the different found difference found in their lemons, which is why Menton Lemon Festival became a major event in Menton, France. Okay, class. Now in this slide, we're going to talk about geography and climate in Menton. We wouldn't usually expect this, but winter in Menton is the best time for citrus fruits like lemons and oranges. While it does rain more in the winter and is drier in the summer, the climate overall is more mild. That's one thing that makes Menton very special for these lemons. The weather the weather and climate also affect the Menton lemon trees that differ drastically from the average lemon tree. Rather than having a handful of lemons per branch like the average, Menton lemon trees usually have around 15 lemons per branch. When looking at the image on the top right corner, it can usually be seen that it can be seen that lemon trees in Menton do have a lot of lemons, especially when compared to the average lemon tree we see around town. The, the biggest aspects in regards to geography in Menton, France, is the geographical geographical protection known as IGP in France over the Menton lemon trees. The geographical protection has been sought and put into place mainly for quality control. Okay, class. Now we're going to talk about a little bit about what is the Menton Lemon Festival. The Menton Lemon Festival is almost like a carnival in France. There are a lot of attractions, sculptures, and goodies. At the Lemon Festival, one can find sculptures and designs solely made of lemons and other citrus fruits like oranges. One question that I asked myself at first, and I'm sure others ask, is what is the purpose behind this event? Besides the obvious of it being a tourist attraction that brings in money and foot traffic through the small town, the purpose of the Lemon Festival is to highlight and celebrate the uniqueness of Menton's lemons. Some things you may see at the Menton Lemon Festival besides the sculptures and food is a parade with lightning, fire, and sparklers, and more. Throughout this 20-day long festival, you could also see many dances or acts from the different workers running this festival. People are also allowed to go and look around at the lemon floats that are made for this big festival. There's also a garden of where they do a lot of big sculptures just made out of lemons and other citrus fruits. Next, we will talk about some of the facts about this lemon festival. All right, class. Like I said in the previous slide, now we're going to talk about a little bit of the most impressive facts that I found out while researching about the Menton Lemon festival in France. So the festival is 20 days long. Throughout the 20 days, there's different performances, different acts. There's around 240,000 spectators each year. This is really good for the small town. It brings a lot of foot traffic, like I said. It brings a lot of business to all the little businesses in Menton. One thing that's really unique about this festival is that each year the festival has its own theme. So you won't see the same sculptures or the same floats every year in the festival. Every year it's something different, and like I said again, they're all made of lemon or other citrus fruits like oranges. Uh, for for this festival, the workers use 140 tons of citrus fruits for the garden displays and the floats. And something that's really surprising is that they use 10,000 kilograms of additional fruit to replace any of the damaged fruit. So these 12 people are in charge of changing the fruit every day. So they go around checking the float or checking the the displays in the garden to make sure that there's no fruit that is damaged or just doesn't look right. And there's 12 people that go around replacing that, and it takes about around 10,000 kilograms to replace this fruit because of how huge these displays and floats are. For the displays and the different floats, 15,000 pounds of steel is used, and also over 750,000 elastic bands for to attach all these citrus fruits. Honestly, some these facts are kind of crazy because this is the second biggest festival in France. So there's a lot of work put into this festival, and these are some of the most important facts that I found out while researching about this. Okay, class. Now we're gonna talk a little bit about the Menton lemon in food. One common thing that I saw while researching about this festival is that a lot of French restaurants um, are proud that they have that they have Menton lemons in the restaurants. So they tend to mention it a lot in their signs outside the restaurant or their menus. I thought that's one interesting fact that I forgot to mention in the previous slide, but I thought that was pretty cool about it. Uh, Now getting into the Menton lemons in food is one special feature of the Menton Lemon Festival is all different types of dishes and pastries made using the lemon specifically from Menton, France. One of the biggest eating patterns practiced in France is using fresh ingredients when cooking and baking, which is another reason as to why these lemons from Menton are so special to people of France. One dish that is known and can be found during the Menton Festival and at a local restaurant is the chef Luisa del Piano Inversi's creation of Menton lemon ravioli. Her dish has inspired others to make their own homemade versions of using lemon, but it is also one of the food attractions during the festival. The image in the top right is a sign outside the Piedmontese restaurant featuring Chef Lisa's Menton lemon ravioli. You guys can see it here on this picture on the top right. Some pastries that you can find at the Menton Lemon festivals are pies, breads, and candies. However, one popular pastry is the lemon tart. You can see the lemon tart in the bottom right corner picture. France appreciates quality over quantity when it comes to food. This is another reason behind why the lemons used in the structures are not from Menton specifically, but from Spain, because the lemon with such quality are protected under the IGP for um, and safe more so for foods.